rocpodcasts.com.
Eric Radio.
Hi, this is Corey. Would you like your website destroyed?
Well, here they come again. They heard that things were happening. With mics in front of faces, their lips begin to flapping. They talk about world and local news reports, and even Steph Michaels, cause she's a doggy whore. Corey says, man, it's a goddamn joke. Corruption is abundant and the POTUS is a hoax. Stacy says,
Man, I'd like to act, but Americans are lazier than most, that's fact.
so go get a bowl, a spoon, and some cereal, and sit your ass down. It's time for Air Rec Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking, and thank you for choosing Air Rec Radio. We'd like to apologize in advance if there's any inconvenience caused, but we're going down. It is the third day of February in the year 2014.
Isn't it Groundhog Day?
Yes. No, yesterday was Groundhog Day.
Oh.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Was all that music your intro? Like
Yeah, we
that
have a long
whole
intro.
thing? You
Yeah,
have
we
a
have a long
5-minute intro?
Hell
It's
yeah, man.
2 minutes and 13 seconds.
You know how
total.
easy it is to make a 2-hour show when you have 5-minute intros?
Never thought of it like that. God damn.
Corey, who's in the studio with us tonight?
All right, I'm Corey. He's Stacy. He's a prick. And in studio with us is Vinny and Mike. Yep. From Don't Know Why. Hello. Another one of the fine podcasts on ROC Podcasts.
Way to yada yada through the intro. Very nicely handled.
They're pretty okay, those guys.
Which ones?
The ROC podcast, sure.
They're all right. They're a pain in the ass with the meetings and it's so high pressure.
See,
working with them.
I told you he was crying about the meeting. I told you.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you guys an exclusive, and it's kind of the other reason why I'm here, is because right now Shoot to Thrill, we're on a little bit of hiatus. Don't know why we're going strong. And I thought it'd be good to kind of have a super show, kind of hang out with you guys, but to talk about the fact that ROC Pod Fest is happening.
Ooh.
I was going to ask you how much you want to talk about that.
I want to talk about it. I want to bring it up. I want everybody to know about it. I want everybody to come out to it. That's why, it's going to be big. It's the first event that we've tried to throw, apart from our first birthday party, which we had this past Saturday night.
Which was a smashing success.
I would say so. We had over 200 people in the Firehouse Saloon. It was packed.
Wow.
Absolutely packed. The Isotopes are the reason why it was packed. Those guys put on a hell of a show.
I was just playing it off, man.
Oh, my God. They are so good, though. That was a great night of music. They had 15 different local singers fronting the band. Now, usually they're just a surf rock instrumental band, and they just had different people. They covered everything from like Billy Joel to what were they doing? Weird Al. Like, it was just a weird night. It was really great. It was really great. It was.
Is that what Isotope Karaoke is?
Yeah, man. It was.
They just have. Oh, that's pretty cool.
It really was great. Like, I'm trying to think of what's his name. Aaron Emerson was there, and he did like Johnny Be Good. That was just badass. Tommy Brunette from the Tommy Brunette Band came and did Melt With You by Modern English.
Nice.
And it was like ironic because that dude actually, I found out after the show, played guitar in Modern English for like 7 months and like a festival tour or some shit. Yeah, and I was like, is that the song you picked because you want us to talk about it on the shows? Is that what the story is here?
Apparently. As many of you may or may not know, Vinny is the podfather himself, the head of ROC Podcasts.
Yeah, he's come to smack us for talking about Podfest last week.
Oh, did you guys talk about it last week? Good. I want everybody to know.
But we were a little early. We were a little ahead of the curve when we did it.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine, man. It's at the Record Archive right over there at, 33 1/3, whatever, right off East Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
You can't miss it.
Yeah, it's if you're getting on 590, you're going to see it and know you've gone too far. Turn around, try to find it again.
I don't think you
That is
realize
correct.
exactly how excited for this event I am. I'm
Dick
annoying
Storm.
him.
Dick Storm, the owner of the Record Archive. You know, the guy in the record suit?
That guy.
He came and fronted.
World's best porno name.
No, Dick, that's his name. Dick Storms. He came and he fronted the
His parents are
Isotopes.
awesome.
He came up and he played, what's the song? Does Your Bubblegum Lose Its Flavor Night? On the back of the bedroom, or
Yeah, the
bedpost.
back of the bedpost.
Yeah, he did that song. And it was wild. He was great, man.
That's a weird
He
pick.
looks just like Ben Franklin. It was just like the coolest Ben Franklin I've ever seen. He was throwing bubblegum out to people and stuff. It was killer. It was a lot of fun.
Wow, he had props?
Yeah, he showed up ready to go. I like it.
That's
It's
pretty
better
cool.
than throwing 45s at people. God knows he's probably got boxes of those somewhere. He's got to get rid of.
So, before we get into Podfest, because there's lots to be had about Podfest, let's talk about your show. Don't know why.
Okay.
All right.
What do you want to talk about?
So,
Your show. Don't know why.
No, yeah.
Keep up.
so
They're quick
tell
here.
us about your show.
Okay.
Why is nobody prepared for this question?
I wasn't either.
I feel like I spoke too much, so I felt like Mike should do some work now.
Yeah.
And I realized,
Excellent.
why did I just let Mike do the work? That's kind of what our show is like in general. If I had to sum it up.
From what I've seen, this is pretty standard for your decision making.
Yeah, I really do put my faith in the wrong people sometimes, don't I?
Vinny came up to me one time at Boulder, and we already knew each other and shit. And he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, listen, I think you're a really, really talented comedian.
He
Sometimes I think when I'm watching you, I'm watching a master up there who's just takes my breath away each and every time." I was waiting for you to just start laughing at the fucking horrible, at me being sarcastic.
No, hang your fucking self, you lying sack of shit. Hang yourself.
If this was true, it was only because he was trying to get in your pants. Hey, baby, you look good on this stage telling them jokes.
He likes my jacket. No,
I got Marcus Cox.
he's
Fucking my fancy bottom bitch.
Second best porno name of the night.
I just surround myself with filthy named people.
He just came up to me and was like, "Hey, I want to do a show." And I was like, "All right." I didn't know anything about podcasts. I don't listen to them.
I think the short of it, what happened was I had Shoot to Thrill was originally on this podcast network that was out of New Jersey. It was called Clutch and Wiggle Entertainment. Really good guys. They do a cool show down there. But it just really wasn't a good fit for what I was doing, and we just were fucking really inconsistent with where we needed to be. It wasn't a very good fit at the time. And I wanted to do something with them. And I was thinking about doing a solo show, and I was like, I am not Ryan Schofield. There's no way I can pull this off. And I was like, you know who I really like and who I really like talking to, who I really have good, funny conversations with, is Mike Berry. That kid just makes me laugh. Like, him and I talk, and he kills me.
He's
So I
just
asked
strange
him.
enough to do it.
There was this. I listened to one of his episodes when I started listening to some podcasts because I was working as a janitor and didn't have anything better to do. And I think I came up to him one time because it was it was on, and they were wondering who choked out Steven Seagal.
Right,
The rumor. And I came up to Vinny and I said, "Hey, by the way, I was listening to your podcast. It was Gene LaBelle that choked out Steven Seagal." So
And then a whole door opened up. I was like, I am intrigued by this young man. Tell me more, Michael.
I'm intrigued by this.
And then he's like, yeah, man.
You
I was
listen
in
to
the
my
Navy,
show?
and I saw
Tell me,
some
tell
shit."
me.
Finally, something to talk about with this guy.
And then I told him I
Me.
punched Iggy Pop in the face, and he fucking just no.
He did. He
Yeah.
punched Iggy Pop in the face.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
That's that gives you the official coolest punch in the face on Airrack Radio.
yeah.
Is this, was this a provoke?
Nope. It was
You
it was a
just wanted him
concert.
to remember
That's just
him.
what happens every time you see Iggy Pop.
No,
It's Iggy Pop, bro.
Iggy Pop's just like, "There's that guy." Yes.
Hit me, bro.
I'm going to get punched.
And then he does kind of a drunk stumble walk over towards him.
No, I'll say this. Okay, this is what I'll say. Iggy Pop is by far the craziest frontman I've ever seen in a live show. Like, the craziest as far as high energy, goes for miles, and doesn't slow down. And he's got 10 years on Ozzy, at least, right?
Yeah.
At least 10 years.
And he's like the most jacked up skeleton you'll ever see to this day.
Right. And I saw him with the Stooges right before they came out with that, like, what was it, The Darkness or whatever the fuck they called it.
Is that what the name of that album was?
It was something stupid. It was just like one of their comeback things. And but he was playing with the Stooges. It was in Tokyo, and it was like right at midnight. They played right like around midnight, and they came out, and the Stooges are all old and fat. Like, they're just horrible looking. Like, they can't do too much.
Not quite what they were.
Yeah, and Iggy's just...
they were gorgeous back in the day.
But then you see this guy who's like the with them, the original, like, with them. And so equally as, the age has got to be somewhat equivalent. And he's fucking apeshit jacked.
Are you saying he was an Adonis of men?
Dude, he was crazy. But...
Is that why you punched him?
Absolutely. No,
and it kind of is. Listen to his reasoning.
Okay, the story of the show was crazy, where he jumped up on the speaker. The speakers were on these huge cables, right? And he jumps up, and he goes, "Do you all want me to jump?" And everyone kind of was like, yeah, all these Japanese kids are going crazy. And he looks over to the side, and he looks over to a security guard and goes, "If I jump, will you end my life tonight? Will you end my story tonight?" And he's like, "Fine, I'm getting down then." So he gets down on the stage and he starts doing his own thing. Everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? And he continues playing, and then this kid tries to get up on stage, this Japanese kid. This big security guard stops him. Iggy, like, runs over and starts swatting at the security guard. And he gets up and he says, "I want security gone, or we're done. I want security out of here." And this is like, I want to say a 2,000-person show. This isn't a big warehouse. This is like right near the Chiba Marine Stadium. They always had concerts there. And they literally made security leave. They just
really,
yeah. Security got to go to the sides. I imagine if it got too crazy, they would. But he was about to walk off the fucking stage.
Right.
Anyways,
a tiny Japanese riot.
It becomes this basement-like show, but it's like a fucking huge concert, and it's Iggy and the Stooges, and he's in the crowd. And he's just going at it with these kids. These fucking Japanese kids. And I'm in there.
Are they doing karate?
No, they're just... The thing with Japanese mosh pits, the worst time I ever had was in a Japanese
mosh pit?
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm having a lot of fun at a Japanese...
You absolutely are. And that's what a lot of, like, all the dudes I knew that went to, like, the Slayer shows and stuff like that, and all the metal shows that went over there, that's what they love to do. They love to go and just beat the shit out of Japanese kids.
Let's get those nips. I'm sorry, Japanese listeners.
They're all very patriotic. They really are. Those are our boys.
They got off on it. But I went
Those are our boys.
What I realized was that they were really fast. They were really, like, just fucking fast. They weren't trying to hit you.
Yeah, is that what you're
just
trying
like,
to say?
like, I mean, they're smaller. Yeah. But anyway, so I see
like
him in the fucking
Kremlins
crowd.
They were.
I see him, and I'm in this thing, and I'm in this, like, massive chaos, and he's there. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, do I fucking hug him? Like,
no, you enjoy the show like a gentleman.
Hug him's not the right thing.
And I'm like, okay,
sure. mighty fine show, folks. Mighty fine show.
You're a good-looking kid, and Iggy might start humping on you or something. He's a weird guy.
but other people, I mean, he was
doesn't
punching.
Mike Barry look like his last name should be Wahlberg?
Hey, a visual joke that works.
See, what sucks is I get two people that I look like. I look like Mark Wahlberg, and then I get that I look like Gilbert Godfrey. And like,
I can see both of those.
You're just like a squinty Wahlberg.
That's exactly what it is. And I bet you there's certain times when you're a little more Godfrey-y than others, where you're squinting a little bit more.
Like
when I'm high as fuck.
Yes.
The Black Godfrey? From the VH1 shows? No, he doesn't look like Kim Corey.
So how the fuck did you end up, like, what did you just, like...
I just...
Peter Griffin and the Rooster him? Like,
No. It was real quick. Like,
It's on, Iggy!
Yeah. It's like I've been waiting for this
I've been waiting for you, Pop!
And it was like a real...
Destiny!
I felt like it was a clean one. But I'm in there and I just pop him.
And he popped him?
Yeah.
That's ironic, isn't it, folks?
I popped Iggy Pop. I just pop. And like he just like, but I kind of felt like I got him pretty good because my goal was to punch him in the face. but he acted like it was not like it was just like no, I wanna be you, no, because he's like
There's a couple possible reasons for that. One of them is he was so high he didn't feel it.
He's a fucking Terminator, dude.
He really is. Like, if you just hold a candle up to his chin, you'll see that metal skeleton right underneath him.
Iggy Pop versus the Terminator.
Right
I can
after
see
his
it.
dry ass skin lights on fire.
Iggy Pop's in the Legion of Doom, motherfuckers.
I got to get you that G.G. Allen toy so you can put in the Legion of Doom.
Oh, I want it.
I know I've seen one.
So you punch Iggy Pop in the face.
Mm-hmm.
That's the culmination of the story.
That's my co-host, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Barry punched Iggy Pop in the face. How's that
Was
for
this
street
was
cred?
this an example of what you could find on Don't Know Why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do on
We
your
have
show?
some high-quality conversation.
We talk about news and stuff, but
Yeah.
we
Well,
talk about
that should be
politics. We
familiar.
go into politics and crap. No, we talked about some shit. One of my favorite things like that we did. We sometimes we'll compete with over who can bring in the most disgusting story.
That's fun.
We play games like that, sure.
That's a good game to play.
Was the worst one? I forget the worst one you brought in. The worst one I brought in was definitely the fucking 6-year-old Indian girl who got a candle up the vag and they had to surgically remove it because she was kidnapped and like raped and shit.
Yep, that was a story on our show. You
what
can
a
listen to it on
delicious fun time.
rocpodcast.com. But please be over 18 if you do.
What a delicious fun time that was.
I don't want emails from your parents.
Folks, I've listened to their show. I promise it's funny. It's not all sad stuff and murdering Iggy Pop.
No, he brought up Ronald Reagan banging some 18-year-old girl, the girl who played on Carrie, the mama on Carrie. The other
An
week.
awesome story that I listened to.
Best one I've listened to yet, I tell you what.
Yeah, that was a great one. I actually changed the name of it. We were calling it. I changed it today. I was just in the mood.
You did the right. I saw that when I was posting the new show.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a second. We'll announce that in a second.
What's the name of the episode?
It's called. It's now called Another Win for the Gipper. Another win for the Gipper. And basically, the story is for your listeners. If you don't want to go back and listen to it, is Ron Reagan was in a movie called Louisa with Piper Laurie, who was the mom in Carrie. She was in Children of a Lesser God. She was like in a bunch of movies, but she played his daughter. She was 18 years old. He was 39. And, like, apparently she put this in her autobiography that he took her, like, he asked her parents if he could take her out on a date. And they were like, sure. And the date consisted of Ron Reagan driving her to his house. So he gave her a hamburger and took her directly on a delightful date to the bedroom for her rub.
Classy.
And which he apparently was bragging during the whole time about how good he was. And apparently she was not very satisfied. Now, she's an 18-year-old girl. He's a 39-year-old guy, actor who's divorced, who's banging an 18-year-old after he gave her a hamburger. And apparently,
Let me fry
according
this
to her,
up for you. Eat it fucking quick.
apparently it was her first time as well. So
Having a hamburger?
like no.
Oh.
And how
Have a
charming is
sausage.
that? That he fried the hamburger. Who the hell wants a fried hamburger in a pan with all the friggin' gook?
Here you are, Piper.
Did he put it on 2 slices of white bread?
Oh, that'd be so gross. With a little ketchup. Now, here's the thing.
Do you want me to
crust.
put peppers and onions in it for you?
So here's the thing. At the end, he was like, "Didn't I rock your world, baby?" And she was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Oh, well, if I did it, then maybe you should go see a doctor." He tells her there's something wrong with her. She needs to go see a doctor.
Ronald Reagan.
He's a 39-year-old man. Tells an 18-year-old girl.
Your
sad.
shit's broken. You a nasty broken bitch. Get out.
Well, I'll tell you what, that fucking wall went down, so all right.
In his defense, he's from like Father Knows Best era.
So are you trying to
best.
tell me that he knew best?
No.
Did Ronnie
Nobody
know
thought
best?
he did.
But there is a weird. It wasn't so much that generation, but the generation prior, where that wouldn't be that weird at all.
Mm-mm.
You know, well, besides the divorced thing,
Right.
the fact that he might have been divorced might have been weird. But like the generation, like I was telling him when we talked about it, there was this one fighter, Billy Kahn. He was 20. His wife was 13 when he won the light heavyweight championship. Like, they allowed that shit to happen. Like, that was, like, common. Like, that's gross.
Didn't Jerry Lee Lewis marry his 13-year-old cousin?
Yeah, I think they were, like, second cousins or whatever, but yeah.
Albert Einstein's cousin.
Oh, she was only she was his
significantly
13-year-old second cousin.
Yeah.
To be fair. Just to make sure. But he did a hell of a version of Dead Flowers with Keith Richards a couple years ago. It's pretty great. If you ever hear it, it's pretty good. Jerry Lee Lewis did a duet album. Beautiful stuff.
There's a dude who fucked up a career. He must have loved that broad or been fucking dumb as shit.
I think it was a little bit of both.
I'm going to guess he was from Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess he was from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Just from that description. That's
Come here, baby.
Elvis went to war. He was, they were like, he was ready to take that fucking step, that one spot. He could have been right there and then just done over in England. Like, completely done.
So what you're trying to tell me is that it's frowned upon to marry your 13-year-old cousin?
I don't know. Edgar Allan Poe did it.
Oh, Corey.
Shit.
Yeah, why is that girl over there? Fucked up, Corey.
So, don't know why. You can find it on our OC podcast. You're going to get these two maniacs telling you interesting things that happen in the news.
We like to talk a lot about dumb things that people teach kids.
My Lord in heaven. That happens to be a subject of ours.
We started talking about Justin Bieber sometimes.
Yeah, we have a thing called Barry's Bieber Report. We've been covering that little fucker for a while. Barry's got great theories on Bieber.
Oh, there's so much. What's your theory on Justin? I want to hear. Give me an example.
Well, particularly
shit, that's someone else's lighter, isn't it?
Oh, you peeled off my patriotic ass lighter.
I'm sorry.
You son of a bitch.
He killed your
he
patriotism.
can't help but destroy things. He's
I like
a soldier.
that you put the wrapper back on the lighter.
For some reason, I thought
you got any tape?
Who did Justin Bieber say he was bigger than Kurt Cobain?
Right.
Yeah.
He was this generation's
No, he said he was
Kurt
much bigger than the Beatles.
So my theory was that's awesome that he says this.
He loves him. He loves this fucking kid. He thinks he's the greatest thing
I don't
ever.
know about now.
And now I kind of root for him, in spite of his foibles.
Here's my theory. Like, when he says that, you got to think, like, all the girls that are fucking touching their shit right now for the first time are thinking about him. 9 times out of 10. 2 knuckles
deep.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10. Their dads know this. They got to listen to that shitty fucking music all the goddamn time. Buy their daughter the fucking stupid poster in the stupid magazines. Hate that kid. How old are those dads? Probably right around the fucking age of the teenagers or the college kids of like early 90s and shit. So then, while the kids got their daughters masturbating to them all the time, slit in their fucking wrist. Slit in their fucking wrist. Because he smokes weed. It's because he smokes weed.
I remember that.
He's got all this shit going on, and then to top it off, he'll piss on their god.
Piss all over it. He's disrespected.
He knows goddamn well. He doesn't believe it for a second. He knows what he is. And
I think it's all calculated. I think it's all a calculated
his fucking dad was closing out the street the other night. His Canadian redneck fucking club party dirty fucking dad was out there closing off streets so he can have his Lamborghini.
I don't trust any fucking parents that produce a kid like that. There's nothing good that comes from parents that produce a kid like that.
This guy looks like he dropped out of a boy band if you see his dad.
Oh, yeah.
He really does. He looks like a douche. A Canadian douche.
Yeah.
Sorry. Canada. Actually, you should be sorry,
Canada.
And
I fucking remember. I remember all these fucking.
Could have been a character on Trailer
What
Park
pisses
Boys.
me off now the most is I used to have arguments with bitches in college that fucking would stick up for him and say, no, he comes from like Christian values and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, look at this.
Most people from trailer parks do.
Yeah.
To be fair, they all respect the Lord.
I like this turned into the Bieber bashing hour.
I actually feel like coming to his defense at this point. I could actually defend him at this point, and I fucking hate that.
He turned you around, didn't he?
Oh,
he did the same thing to me. I wanted to hate
He
that.
told a fucking old dude that lived next door to him to go fucking kill him.
No,
Could you imagine being a 40-year-old dude having this little fucking faggot fucking tell you he's gonna goddamn kill you?
It's not very neighborly.
I chased him down the fucking street.
I'll tell you what, though, for me,
Don't let me catch you.
I'll tell you why I respect the Beebs. Because
I didn't say respect. I said could defend.
No. Here's my thing. Like, I saw something the one day that made me so, like, just go, all right, this is this generation. I saw it, and it was in a Kohl's department store. I was walking through, and I see this kid, this fat little doughy kid, could have been my kid, just this doughy little fuck, and he was dancing with his hands over his head around a table of Angry Birds t-shirts to that baby, baby, oh baby, singing song, and I was going, we're fucking doomed. And Justin Bieber's the prophet who showed me that. By that making that fucking shitty song.
I wanna give you
That's all it takes.
a look behind the curtain. Justin Bieber is actually Hannah Montana is the person in control of him and Miley
Both of
Cyrus. I'm convinced that Hannah Montana didn't go away. She just went to the background to work her puppet other personalities.
Oh, she'll be back.
But
Justin
they're the
Bieber
same.
and Miley
Fucking,
Cyrus.
we're gonna have another Rocky movie, but Hannah Montana will be back.
But they're two bodies that share the same genetic code and personality.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that that's one person. It's
Yeah.
like a holy trinity of disgusting capitalism.
I think they're cloning people.
I got to see a
I
picture of
think they're
Bieber
close
with
to
his
each
tongue
other.
out to be sure.
Oh,
about that.
identical. You just thought it was Miley Cyrus.
I see.
I think it's a fucking vicious industry that should be illegal sometimes.
Pretty much.
Like, I really do. Like, name me a good example of a fucking pre-20 star that went well. Shirley
Smith.
Temple was probably the last fucking one.
Didn't she die of an overdose?
No, she became an ambassador,
Oh.
right? She's an ambassador of film and some
No,
fucking...
that was Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I think I was thinking of Judy Garland, actually. But we'll go with Philly Blue.
But thank you. Good night. I'll be here all weekend.
What
A long
about Will
time ago, I
Smith?
had
Will
sound
Smith did
effects.
all right.
Well, yeah.
Oh, he wasn't fucking... Was
But
he?
he was
pre-
a white
wasn't a
rapper.
teenager,
He was
yeah.
all right.
He was. Did you say he was a white rapper?
I did.
I
I come from South Philadelphia.
he's all right, yo. You
Is he a
know, he's
Scientologist?
Okay.
What?
Is he a Scientologist?
Oh yeah, they
You think-
got them all.
You think so?
I think he is.
I heard that he was the other day as in a joke, and I was like, I heard rumors because he did that movie with Tom Cruise, right, or whoever the fuck, and there was rumors that
he wasn't in that Travolta movie.
Like it's
or
to the
Travolta.
point.
It was one of the two.
He wasn't. Oh, there was two of them about that. About the Xenu.
No. Will Smith was in some other movie with one of them.
Hi, dog.
That,
Biscuit. The Eric Radio puppy.
I like
No,
it.
you're fine.
We have a dog in my studio too.
Yeah,
Her name is Ramona, and she's quite the bitch.
she's a good girl.
Our
Man,
dog will
fucking-
bark the whole time.
his other dogs are cooler.
Now that Biscuit
They are.
has totally destroyed the show,
Yeah.
where were we?
Oh,
Oh, talking about the fucking Miley Cyrus, the
Mike,
Justin
you were
Bieber
taking
nonsense.
your clothes off?
Yeah, I was.
I thought.
I'm not that easy, pal. I don't know what kind of weed you think you're packing. But I'm gonna get that wasted.
Wow.
Damn.
What a night. Oh, what a night.
See, this is what happens when you get talking. You get to see people's insides. You can see how they really
You're talking
feel.
wrong if that's what you see.
Yeah.
I just want to talk to you.
I think I might have just
He's
asked
one
you
of
to
those
see your
people who
insides.
smells colors and shit. Like he just sees insides.
I think I might have just
I got
asked you
nothing.
if I could see your insides.
You cannot.
So, now, is that all you have to say about Don't Know Why?
It's the greatest show in the history of shows.
Because I just want to make sure we're done with that subject.
That can't be true.
I mean,
I know what the greatest show
It's
is.
a perfectly good show, dude. It's all right.
I think it's perfectly aimed
acceptable.
at our target audience.
It's totally
Like, it's
acceptable.
great for 30-year-old, somewhat intelligent people with a sick, twisted sense of humor that also like. We always go on tangents on punk rock and pro wrestling. Like at
That
least
tends to happen.
that
too.
tends to happen. It's so if you like punk rock and pro wrestling, definitely check it out because it keeps on going on.
It's like right up as punk rock and
We went on a nice boxing tangent, obviously, recently too. We were talking about Rocky. We went off on Rocky. I hate that fucking shit.
I only hate it
I'm
because
not
I made
helping
that
you
last
set
one.
yourself up.
Huh?
I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to set your serve.
Oh, all right. Well,
you want to spike it over, baby? Do it yourself. You're all alone out there.
oh, we were talking about Rocky and shit.
I don't know. We're talking about Rocky. And the great part is you collared him and he choked on it. All right.
I'm the best partner ever.
So where can they hear Don't Know Why?
ROCpodcast.com, motherfuckers, or on the iTunes. You can find us. We have our own feed on iTunes.
What about the Stitcher?
We are just on the ROC podcast feed for Stitcher. So if you want to listen to us, it's got to
No,
be
that's
through
not
that.
true. You are on the Stitcher.
Are we really?
Absolutely true.
Otherwise,
Oh,
he wouldn't be
wow.
listening to you.
Shit, I didn't know that.
I found it.
So I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I must have been more ambitious than I thought when I set it up.
Yeah, you managed to
bless
attach yourself
Yeah, you need to watch yourself.
to the most functional,
I'm a
sorry,
dynamo.
most popular, least functional podcasting app ever.
I like it.
Stitcher.
I like it. I listen to a lot of stuff on Stitcher. And I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. Like, I listen to the ones that I post. But I can't listen to, like, a lot of things that, like, celebrities and stuff do. I can't listen to a lot of them, but it's just kind of cool that Stitcher puts them in one place.
Yeah,
It's a really cool platform.
I haven't listened to a podcast in at least 4 months.
I wish Stitcher worked more
Like,
regularly.
Barry, stop it.
Yeah, I think I listen
haven't.
to
I
32 a week.
That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. When?
We
At work.
we both
Oh.
work jobs where we can listen to podcasts all
Oh,
day.
I see. That's when I listened to podcasts a lot. That's when I got into the whole thing. And then now I don't have
Yeah,
a job
I
like
know.
that.
I
Ugh.
dig it. I dig it. Well, thank you for telling us, but don't know why. We're going to take a quick break, but do you guys want to stick around and get into the subjects that we have some shit to get into after the break?
Yeah, I thought that's what we were doing. Is that what we're doing?
I thought so, too. Were you guys going to throw us out?
We have been known to do that before. If the first half of this goes
try to
poorly,
throw you out,
we
Mike.
throw people out.
They were going to try to throw you out, like, Barry. You going to take that shit from them?
But when it goes well, we invite you to stay for the second half
What's the
of
world
show.
coming to?
There's they call it breaking down the fourth wall, but I don't think we ever built one.
No.
We just kind of do it here on the show.
Yeah, it's a lean-to.
All right.
Not really a room.
Did you know that only visual things have fourth walls? There are no walls in podcasting.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's an environment without walls,
That's a good point. I guess it's just something that people say.
I guess.
With that little fun fact from
That's
Stacy.
right, folks. All podcasts are recorded in purgatory. There are no walls. There's nothing.
The first question out of the Monday Medicine guys when I did their show was, why do you do podcasts? And I said, because I'm a narcissist
I needed something else to fuck up.
and a sadist. That's why I do podcasts.
Inspirational.
Yes. All right. Take us a break, sir.
Let's go to break, Corey.
What, you don't have any plugs? No Twitter plugs
It's
set up?
been a half hour. I'm not plugging anything. Listen to podcasts. They're good
What
for
if-
your ears.
Friggin' letdown you are.
Salutations, ROC podcast listener. I'm here to tell you about my show, the Shoot to Thrill podcast, featuring yours truly, Marcus Cox, the fanciest newsman in all of Rochester. There's also some other people. Join us every week to hear me, Rochester's best-looking newsman, Marcus Cox, and those other people whose names don't matter, as we entertain you with lovely segments like The Creep Off and The Fancy News, brought to you by me, Marcus Cox, the most entertaining newsman in Rochester. Not some bum like that Don Elhart. Anyway, listen to Shoot to Thrill on rocpodcast.com, iTunes, or on your mobile devices via the Stitcher app, which is short for the word application for you lesser educated peoples.
You are listening to Air Rec Radio.
Welcome back to Air Rec Radio. Time for more bullshit.
No, not
Don't do
quiet
that.
now.
No.
Vinny, stop, be quiet. What a
Yo, what's
piece
up?
of shit these two are.
So,
Anyways,
when you
what we
last
need
met your
them.
friends at Air Rec Radio, they were joined by two baboons who just wouldn't shut the fuck up so that they could start the show. And we've had about a half hour of terrific conversation
Great conversation.
that you may or may not ever find on the B-Reel.
Oh, someday it'll happen. So I keep saying it'll happen. Just like I
Why
keep
don't
saying
you
I'll do
just-
lots of things.
If you're recording the B-reel, why don't you just make it the A-reel?
That's hypocrisy. It's ludicrous.
No, it's an A-reel idea.
Cats marrying
Woody Allen
dogs.
work
It's insanity.
I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I can put those together.
Normally people wait for me to say,
He didn't touch those kids.
go,
Woody
before
Allen?
they start
No,
talking.
He did not touch those kids.
I don't know either. You know what, though? The fucking... The
Here
thing
we
is
go.
with this dude. You seen the documentary they made on him?
I haven't
PBS?
watched it yet. No.
It's
but
good.
that's a bit-
But
okay.
they said, just like you were saying, the reason I said it because Woody Allen comes out with a movie every year. He has to come out with a movie every year. And
I saw this last one, the one with Andrew Dice Clay.
oh, really? Is it any good?
Oh, is it good? Yeah.
Is it good? I didn't want to not
See,
ask.
that's the thing. He comes out with like one good one every
Good
decade.
decision.
Like he comes out with like one or two.
You know, I still
Every
contest
decade.
my favorite ever is Small Time Crooks. I'm sorry, that movie's hysterical.
Why are you looking
Okay,
at me?
which one is
I'm
the,
not a movie guy.
I'm
I
trying
don't
to
know what
think-
he's talking
I'm trying
about.
to think of the funniest one. I'm old school, so I like Bananas a lot. I mean, that's
goddamn,
classic.
yeah.
Played Against Sam. I have
All
something.
right,
It's a pretty good one. But obviously, I mean, like Annie Hall's the gold gem
I like
for him.
that. What's
They're
that one?
way too deep for me.
But,
Zeelig, where he's
But
like,
the sick ones he did. Motherfucking Match Point. Match Point's a sick fucking
Do you want
movie.
to know something?
What?
I've had that DVD for probably, I don't know, however long it's been since it's been out. I've never watched it.
It's the best one
Okay.
of his last like in that stench of like Midnight in
Folks,
Paris, that and what's
Mike
the other
Perry's Movie Club here on Air Radio tonight.
one? What? See, this is what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers tell me to shut up, talk. I start fucking talking. They start shutting up. They don't want me to talk no more.
Hold on a second. Now listen. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Did Woody Allen finger bang that kid?
Okay, they're
In the
talking.
crawl space at the house.
I've heard like there's new allegations now.
Well, no, the kid just came out and said, like, he got a Lifetime Achievement Award, and the kids are like, he fucking touched me, and you're giving him a Lifetime Achievement Award?
Nobody says you're a pedophile for 20 years. It's totally untrue.
No. Once you get called a pedophile by anybody, you know,
Floods.
listen, it ain't good for it. It ain't good for business.
Well, yeah, that's definitely
it's not
true.
good for business.
But you know what, Shot? Okay, here's the thing.
Pretty
I wouldn't be
if
fucking.
you start yelling Vinnie Paulino Diddle's kid, I will pay you $20 right now to stop. Like that's
Hashtag-
All right.
And I know
Well,
it's a
Vinny
joke.
I hope you have $40, sir.
Like, pay the man.
I'm broke. You're fucked.
Well,
heard it
then I'm
first.
saying it.
Vinny Paul,
But what creeps me out about Woody Allen the
young
most,
goats.
the thing that creeps me out about the fucking Woody Allen thing the most, I've never heard that bitch talk. I've never heard that Sonny talk. Not one time have I heard that bitch utter a fucking word. All the times he's brought her out in public, everything. Not one interview, not even a hi, hello, nothing.
But yet Yoko Ono, shut the fuck up.
It's a cruel world we live in.
Haven't heard one fucking thing ever from her about how it happened, how you
I
started
don't even
cheating
know
on
how
your
old
fucking.
she is. Did you know that? That's
No.
in his defense. We don't know how old she was. She was born in, wherever.
That could have been 3 years.
She was born wherever. There's no birth
And
certificate.
what was it? Mia Farrow finished that scene. It was like she still finished that fucking movie with the dude when she
like
found
she
out.
said, she goes, apparently, like, after she accused him, she's like, they were still making a movie, and she's calling him, like, so when do you want me to come meet with the costume designer? Like, calling and leaving messages for him. And he's like, she's accusing me of molesting the kids, and she thinks I'm making a movie with her. To me, that's the only thing that makes me kind of believe it.
Right.
Like, because that's really crazy. Like, that makes her sound. If they can prove that happened, that makes her really uncredible. Uncredible, in my opinion.
Dude's fucking weird, though.
Incredibly.
The dude is a weird
Incredible.
fucking guy. Crimes and Misdemeanors is a sick movie, too.
Stacy didn't see it.
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
You've been way too deep for both of us in the
Yep.
movie aspect.
No,
Oh,
you
really?
guys keep going. This is the easiest show I've ever made.
Sorry, you guys not big Woody Allen fans?
Not a movie
I
guy.
actually.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I would have. You got the Batman sweatshirt on and shit. Like I figured, like that would explain.
What?
So-
Because Woody Allen was a Batman? What do you fucking do?
I don't recall the Woody Allen Batman, but I bet it was pretty
would
good.
you please put down that young girl and give it to me?
So I get Diddler.
Wasn't there a Matt TV skit where he was like
Hello,
some
honey,
action
do you have a
figure?
birth certificate? I have to check now. Oh no, you were born where? Come with me.
Which
Get into
do
the
you want to be?
Batmobile.
Do you want to be adopted? That's terrible. That's terrible.
Shit happens.
Okay, so
Yes.
this is part 2, apparently, and we had topics we were going to get to.
Was Woody Allen on that list? I hope,
Woody Allen
I hope you got something to check off the list. I
was
just like, what?
surprisingly not on that list.
Nope.
But now that he was penciled in, I'm glad that he's there. I'll tell you what.
Michael Jackson fucked those kids. Woody Allen, I don't think so. I think he's okay.
You think Woody Allen's okay? I don't know if I'm ready to believe that. I don't know if I'm ready to say he's not, but I don't know if I'm ready to say he is either.
Oh, what a middle of the road friggin' douchebag answer
He
that
could be
was.
creepy, dude. You couldn't see him.
Oh,
being
he's definitely
creepy.
creepy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't doubt. Have you heard about how he fucking gets people to do his movies and shit? Like, it's all through mail, and it's all, and like they say that when he writes a letter to them, he acts like even if you've done 2-3 movies with the motherfucker, he'll still write you and say, "You might remember me from doing those movies."
I'm Woody
And I
Allen.
have this,
Such and such.
and who was it? The dude who played W, Brolin.
Yeah.
He had him for like half a shoot. He fucking filmed half a movie with him, decided he wasn't the right guy, and got someone else, and like had to redo the whole fucking movie.
Uh-huh.
But he
You
goes
wanted
around-
me to come in under budget and in time?
It's like Back to
Fuck
the
you.
Future.
I would love to, if I was an actor, love to work for him because I hear he like schedules everything around Knicks games. Everything they say, like everything is just like he's like, we got to wrap it up because the Knicks game. Like he has to watch every Knicks game.
And
Him and Spike
that's a wrap. I'm out of here, folks.
He has to watch every Knicks game, and then he has to turn on 3 light switches, or light switch 3 times, tap on the side of the dresser, spin around in this fucking circle,
And touch his
diddle a
stepdaughter.
kid. Yeah, diddle a kid. He's done. He's out the door. It's magic time.
Oh, he's like a weird little leprechaun.
Time to make a movie.
So what subjects you guys got?
I wanted to start off with one.
Would you?
Oh, God.
Quick, before they go again.
I want to government website inefficiency.
I'll take government website inefficiency for 400, Corey.
All
I
right.
ain't paying you a goddamn penny.
Guess what I did today?
Went on healthcare.gov.
That's tied into this, but that's not exactly what I did.
Did you drive in a car?
This is true. I'm not playing this game with you.
Oh.
Were you tailed by police for things you looked at on the internet?
This might be true. It might be more things that I said on the internet.
Did you do your taxes?
Oh, yes. There you go. It's a good thing you already know this story.
You're welcome.
All right.
I wasn't going to guess that. That is a good thing.
In order to e-file your taxes, you need to get a government PIN, a 5-digit personal identification number issued to you by the IRS. And it took me 17 attempts to get this PIN to file my taxes.
That's pretty good.
What was
There's
each of
people
those
in
attempts
Louisiana
like?
still on roofs from that Katrina hurricane.
That's
pretty good.
Hey, guys, the water's down. Somebody tell them the
Sounds
water's
like
down.
Brownie did a heck of a job on this website.
This is a segment we call First World Fuck Problems, okay? This is how this is going down. I had to fill in a
During those
form.
17 times you attempted, 17 Africans were killed for 17 diamonds.
Exactly.
What's to add?
For 1 diamond, 17 babies were raped. Damn you, science.
And not one case of AIDS cured.
You had to fill in a 20-question form, hit submit. It said, we're having a technical error. Try again. Hit back and try again.
Technically, doing
And when-
taxes is hard.
And when you do it, it erases the form.
Listen, you got to realize something. When you are spying on so many people at once, it slows down the servers.
Yeah, it's
All
kind of
right.
like, why do you even have to do your taxes? Shouldn't they just do it for you? Like, they know all the
already
numbers.
know.
They send you the forms. You fuckers do this. I'm paying you.
You know what I did in
You
the
gotta-
meantime?
You got a point there. But I would just be worried that they would try to rip you off the whole
Exactly.
time
They would
with
just
the
rob the
returns.
fight.
Oh, wait.
There's
what?
no more
Well,
tax
hold on.
returns. You're welcome.
Hold on. You think the government would rip you off?
More.
Unbounded.
I don't know if that would happen. What kind of world would we be in?
But that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
why I want, yeah.
Yeah.
Not my
No, you probably
America.
should do your own taxes. You're probably right.
Absolutely.
But still,
Do you know what I did in the meantime?
I bet
searched
there was some-
Amazon for the new computer I'm buying with my taxes.
I would have guessed hentai.
That's a good guess. That could have also been an answer.
Nah, you'd have been like, nope, Ichi.
If I was like, I don't even know what that is.
Really?
No.
Wow. Anybody?
See?
Ichi
Oh,
is
you're
like the
dirty.
next level. It's the hentai of hentai.
That's gross.
It sure is.
I don't want to be on the show anymore.
Oh, you got some web
Mike,
crawling to
let's
do?
go. Let's discuss this Woody Allen thing more.
Discuss Woody Allen on your own goddamn show. I wanted to bitch about the government. That's what we do here.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're just crying about it, and you're not
We do that sometimes too, but it's always that we come to the. I mean, like Vinny said, yeah, there's horrific, dirty parts. There's
That's why
there's other governments that are exceptionally worse.
That's why it's probably a good thing that they don't
Exceptionally
listen to
better,
our
too.
show, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Just cry about things.
Pretty much.
That's
Pretty much.
That's pretty much.
I mean,
the
I
show.
feel for you. 17 times is a bit excessive. But you know what, though?
Well, I searched Amazon effortlessly with another 6 million people.
Oh, dude, every time I go to the DMV, I want to become a libertarian. It's fucking.
I've had nothing but wonderful DMV situations lately.
Lately, everybody gets a hot streak now
But
and then.
I will say one thing. I love the VA. I love the VA. I go there. That's one of my favorite things to do. If I get hurt or sick, I go to the VA. It's quick. It's easy. It's fucking free. There you go. It's done. It's a little second rate. It's a little bottom shelf.
Oh,
Whatever.
streptococcus.
But you can go there and get it taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had them fail.
For being a terribly
Oh, it's like going to general.
they're portrayed in the media as being terribly organized. They still get people through.
Yeah. They do the best they can.
They do. I mean, it's really not the people at the VA's fault if the people above the paper pushers
Right.
have a problem. There was a problem. I haven't followed this story in a while, but there was like a big problem in getting current veterans their coverage and their benefits.
Right.
Because it couldn't push the physical amount of paper.
times.
It definitely took them 17 times.
Where's Al Franken
you know
to
what
bitch about
though?
this shit?
Like the thing is, the trick is probably also is where the VA's located. Like I went to the one in Batavia,
Yeah.
so you
Too
might
many
want to go to
fucking
one in some like
cookies and
small,
gorgeous
like
browser.
20,000 plus town. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I don't know how bad it is in Rochester or Buffalo or possibly places like New York, Atlanta,
Probably terrible.
Chicago.
Yeah.
They could be way busier. I mean, a lot busier.
A lot of the problem was literally the physical paperwork involved. That just files and files and files of physical paper stored, and people had to file through them to find any kind of information. When we live in a world where all that information is in the fucking small supercomputer you carry around in your pocket all the time.
Supercomputer. Super.
The fun part is they would have to have the manpower to get all that job done, turning all that physical paper information into digital information. Somebody's got to be able to work hard and stay focused and be well trained, and they also need to be currently unemployed. I don't know a group of veterans maybe that are coming back from overseas that qualify for that position at all.
Yeah, probably a bunch of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ITs and yeah, dude. ITs.
You know
are
how
the
many guys
first
need a
ones.
job?
No, they probably already got them. Like ITs, like the dudes I knew that went, like they climbed ranks so quick because they'd have job offers like 3 years in and already have job offers right when they get out.
But like this would be a base level job, just entering in type letters, type letters. There would be a lot of guys out there that don't need a lot of work experience to do that, but be willing to work hard. I think there'd be a lot of guys out of the military that could fit in that position well.
Sure.
And solve the problem. And then everybody's getting their paperwork done faster. Everybody's getting their benefits.
I mean, the
Seems like a
VA
win-win
hires
to
a
me.
lot of veterans.
It seems like a win-win. to
Like
me.
there's a shit ton. Like almost the janitor, most of them. So
I should think almost everybody that works at the VA is a veteran.
generally some of the nurses, obviously,
Yeah.
here and there, but
It's like an episode of MASH. Every time you go, they're all just drunk. That's what I always imagine. I'm sorry. Just rowdy
They
drunk,
are-
too.
it was
Arms
weird.
over the head. Woo!
it was weird. Like when I first went to check out, like the first, what was it? One of the first questions they asked is like, "Were you sexually assaulted?" Like, no, I'm not that attractive. And then,
I remember.
Oh, don't sell yourself short.
Does it count if I was the lead?
I heard horrible stories though. I heard gross stories about that kind of shit.
I
Man.
bet.
When I was in when they sent me to this they sent me this alcoholic treatment thing. It's called CAC and CAC and
Thanks, Beavis. Very good.
anyways,
I get it.
I like Vinny's color commentary. That's
this one dude said he was like on a sub where this fucking first class, this E6 would take all the kids like the newbies, they'd get right on, and then he would take them out for a night of drinking and fuck them. get them all drunk and fuck them, and they'd wake up the next day and be like, oh shit. And fucking, then they would like do bad shit to get out, and they would just act all weird, and finally one confessed to it. Like, he had done this to like 6 of them in a row.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Is the
But
moral of
those
the
people
story?
would be great at being in the typing.
No, that would suck if that happened to you 17 times.
Then you could bitch.
No, I'm pretty sure I can bitch now. But if that happened, I'd be crying. That's where the big difference would be. There'd be literal physical bawling happening.
Oh, yeah.
So that was my complaint, was why can't the fucking stupid automated pin server work when the fucking Amazon works flawlessly?
I'm always blown away when like things don't work the way that I know like there's the capability to have them work.
It just pulls right back down to the new Obamacare, the Healthy Affordable Care Act sign up there. It still doesn't work right.
No?
It's not
My
100%.
parents filled it all out. It took them a while. They were bitching about it at first because their health care got dropped, so they filled it out.
Their employer healthcare they lost that.
Oh no, they're retired.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay.
So, but they both now they were spending around $8,000 a year to have them and my brother covered, and now they all are accepted for Medicaid. So my parents saved like $8,000
Yeah.
a year. So now they're not so fucking pissed off.
Yeah, I mean that's an example of it working for you.
There's only a few of those examples apparently.
Oh, if you belong to one of them, if you belong to a red state. They're not
so
giving
good.
Medicaid.
Yeah.
They're not handing out Medicaid at all.
That's great decision making. That's a fine.
That's
example.
a big fuck you.
Yeah.
Let's play with fucking poor people. So
Not even
we can
poor
get elected.
people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
poor
middle-
people too, but everybody else, like
when the government will back it, 100% for the first 3 years, 90% after that.
you have to make. You could make a pretty lower middle class living and qualify, but anything higher than lower middle class, you don't qualify,
Right.
and your work health insurance has gotten more expensive. I was so pissed off. I was like, all for like social health care. I thought, what a great idea, but then it got bastardized as fuck in Congress, and then it got passed bastardized as fuck. Now it's a mess, and I found out that I pay more now. Fuck.
How much more?
So substantially?
It's more.
So not substantially.
I don't know.
Is it 17 times more?
$17 more.
You know what, Vinny? Go fuck yourself.
Fuck Obama.
Goddamn Mike Berry's parents sitting in a trailer about Morris for fucking healthcare. Save $8,000. I'm gonna pay $17 more.
Because it took forever for him to get it done because the website's inefficient.
I'll tell you right
Charge
now.
you $1
I
for every one
know
of his
that
clicks.
this motherfucker will bitch about a petty thing. I know it happens.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Oh
it
yeah.
happens. He's playing it off like, how
Oh, I
dare you
know.
bitch about your 17 times?
I got one for you.
How'd
Kid
you like
blew up
having
my
your website
the other day?
destroyed? Yeah.
I got one I can bitch about.
How much bitching did you do about that? My website got destroyed.
I don't think I did that much.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Well, I
No, I think I
give
did
him
more
some shit.
crying.
Every time I've seen you. Some.
Well, because I always see you when you're in his presence,
That's true.
and so he gets a little grief, a little bit. I'm trying to be good tonight. I've decided not to be very. I made like maybe a joke or two, but they're just jokes. I mean, I'm not mad.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you are not welcome.
Did you guys hear about the guy in Ohio that got buried on his motorcycle?
Ugh.
Have you heard about this?
I did.
No, but he got buried on his fucking motorcycle.
On his look, I have a picture of it. He is in
It's like in a
a
big green, like fucking David Blaine.
yeah. It
type,
looks
like,
like he's doing a
enclosure.
magic trick.
Oh, it's a glass coffin.
Yeah.
How much that fucking run you?
It doesn't say in any of the stories, and that was like my first question.
See, if I was that hardcore biker, I'd go out like they did it in that fucking shitty Brian Bosworth movie. Goddamn Stone Cold. Remember that shit? And they burned that body right.
No.
You never seen Stone Cold?
I was watching Crimes and Misdemeanors. Sorry. I missed that one. Fucking Brian Bosworth. No, I didn't see it.
Oh, it's a big piece of shit. But like this one biker dude dies, and they burn him. Their funeral form of this biker gang is to burn him like on a bonfire on his bike. That's the way I'd go out. Not like that shit. There you go.
All right.
Set the
I'm
fucker
glad
on
that
fire.
we got that comment.
So much cheaper. Set the fucker on fire.
Right?
And
And
I
then
call,
let whoever fucking come clean it up.
and I
Plays
call
it
myself a narcissist. This is ridiculous.
We shouldn't be burying bodies anymore anyway. This is fucking dumb.
I
It
agree
is
with you.
fucking
I
dumb.
agree with you totally.
It's totally not good for the environment. It's not. It's
But
how
it's good for felons who can dig holes, so let's not knock it yet. They can't work in the typing pool for fucking Corey.
Oh, I'm done. Fuck this show.
Why? I think it's going well.
Then he made me quit my own podcast.
How did you do it? I must know.
Yeah, right. Jason's like, listen, Vinny, I had some ideas. Are you busy next week around Monday night?
All right, funny guy. Speaking of that, I heard you took a little heat on the interwebs.
Not the first time. People get mad at me sometimes.
Why? Why? What's all the kerfuffle?
Should I speak my mind?
Mumbling quietly into a microphone
Yeah.
from 4 feet away from the microphone.
I want to know.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to fucking fillet it.
That's how we like it done.
I say things sometimes online that I feel passionate about.
On certain social media sites.
Yeah, my own social media site, the one that should be for my own face, and
Well,
my own Twitter. Which, yeah, all I said was that,
If you want to plug anything, feel free to shove those in there
at
now.
Vinny Paulino,
There you go.
VINNIEPAULINO, and my Facebook.
Paulino was his name. Oh,
That's me. Yeah, all I said was that Philip Seymour Hoffman is dead, which was a fact.
I
That's
heard
fact.
that.
Okay, yes, that's true.
Right? Philip Seymour Hoffman is dead. I saw that like a second, and then the first thing I wrote is I declared that I am now the greatest living actor from Rochester. And the list now goes me, China, Robert Forster, and what's his name? John Lithgow. In that order. That's how it goes.
In that order.
And people got a little upset. Apparently people like this guy from Fairport. They like him a lot.
I don't know why.
I met his mother. Oh, bitch.
She gave you
Everybody met his. No, I can't. That's me.
Yeah, she is a bitch, though, dude.
Oh, all right. Then everybody
She
met
is a
his mother.
bitch. I've heard lots of stories about that lady. I heard he didn't speak to her. I heard like they just didn't like each other.
Well, which is funny because she was a single
you
mother.
would never assume that anybody who does heroin would have mom issues. You would never assume anything like that would happen.
Well, he definitely had daddy issues as he didn't have one because that was her whole big thing when she ran for judge. Was that she arranged an Oscar?
I raised a heroin addict who killed himself in a hotel in New York.
I got left by a man with a baby. I should be a judge.
Fucking
for
worked
family court. For family court.
Oh, fuck yeah. She's got a unique perspective.
Did that work for Gloria Allred?
Fuck family court.
Nothing needs to work for Gloria Allred but a friggin' arrow in the chest.
She has a great show on TV. I saw it, Channel 18 WBGT. This is our Joe Shoot to Thrill podcast. It's going to be on there pretty soon. But
I have to admit,
they have the Judge Gloria Allred show on during the day. It's a beautiful.
Are
network.
you for real?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I retract my previous statement about an arrow in the chest.
Yeah, she has her own judge show. Judge Gloria Allred.
That's unbelievably amazing.
You should really watch it. It's quite fantastic.
Oh, I'm gonna pull audio for
By
next
18.
week.
I hate those fucking judge shows. Those fucking judge shows are the dumbest goddamn thing.
Especially with this
God.
friggin' bitch. This dumb man-hating bitch. What are the cases about?
Same shitty shit you see on all the other ones. People,
It's all domestic experience. I
Where
want
did you get
$500
your
because you cracked my tooth.
The same shitty shit.
I'm sorry, it is. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But what are you gonna do? God bless those people at
Not just
WBGT.
shit, it's shitty
God
shit.
bless you.
Good for them. Yay. So is that...
Judge Mills Lane was all right. Just because they fucking.
Why didn't he let those people fight? I mean, he would have had the
Now let's get it out. Let's get it out.
That is the only reason Judge Mills Lane was all right.
Why are you a fucking judge? You let a guy get bit in the ear twice in a boxing fight. You ass.
You ass, he says.
You ass.
After the other dude headbutted him. God, you're blind as a bat.
You worthless zilch. You're no good at your job, and you suck on TV.
But I understand a verbal contract, sir. I may not know an earbot, but I know a verbal contract when I see one. Judge Mills Lane. Justice.
I mean, then again, if you're because that's the one moment in sports history I think I'll always remember where I was and like the exact moment of what was going on at that. Like, holy fuck, this is like an event. People are going to talk about this for decades. And if you're a referee during that moment, what the fuck do you do? Like, both these guys, both of them got...
So stop giving him so much heat, you bastard. What would you do?
Yeah, see, I don't know.
Punch him in the face.
I'd fight too. Yeah.
I'd punch Mike Tyson in the face.
Yeah.
And then he's dead.
Don't buy Holyfield's ear. Now let that be a warning.
And then it's like Tyson bit off the
both those dudes made $30 million that fight. That was the biggest fight at that time.
It only cost him like $50,000 to get his ear fucking fixed. What does it cost?
Yeah, that's a fucking bargain. I'll tell you what, I would lose an ear for $30 million and not even get it
fixed. Fucking Mick Foley never even touched anything near that. Give me a fucking break.
Lulls in conversation.
There's a study going on, actually completed now, and the results are shocking. Would you like a little? Would you like some science? Anybody?
That's not where I was going, but okay. Science. Yes, I do.
We're big fans of science.
This from NBCNews.com.
Science and reason.
Vodka is to blame for the early deaths of Russian men.
Well, no shit.
Really? I had no idea.
Science actually spent money finding this out. Can you believe that? Like, I knew it for free.
I thought it was Vladimir Putin.
I thought it was being Russian. Jeez. It's cold. You've got a horrible government, a horrible
healthcare system. Those people don't age well either.
No. Oh, I think the average life expectancy is like in the 60s, like late 50s, 60s.
So all those reasons are reasons to drink.
No, drinking is what lowers it. But, I mean, honestly, who wants to be 70 in Russia?
I went there one time.
Probably Russians.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to Vladivostok.
Yeah?
And it was...
So you're in a wheelchair in Russia.
They fucking drink, dude. Like, I went to a soccer game there. It was pretty cool. Fucking no beer allowed in the stadium. Guards all the way around the field. It was crazy. But we went out and partied these like outside bars. They drink their beer in like these 2-liter bottle like things. They're like plastic and they're like 10% because they make it out of wheat. And like then they vodka all day, obviously. But they'll call you over. Because that was the only port we had to wear our fucking uniforms. That was the only place I ever went to, just because like the mob runs the government. So like,
you want to be sure that you're visible.
They make sure that you don't touch these. The mob makes sure that all those people don't touch it. We're paying a lot to be there. Mm-hmm. Don't touch any of these people.
Right.
So they get, they're in it. But anyway,
fucking just
they'll
Southern Bloc hitmen.
No, they do just want you to buy them shit.
They're good, wink, wink.
They do just want you to buy shit, dude. Like, I almost got in this huge it was pretty cool, though. I was talking to these 4 dudes, drinking with them, and they looked at me, they were like, we are Russian Mafia. They told me they were Russian Mafia. I didn't believe it, looking at the way they were dressed. But they were fucking pretty jacked.
How do you think Russian Mafia dresses?
A little nicer than these dudes. These dudes didn't look like, it would be like,
you probably
it would really be like it would honestly. Besides the factor that they were like
flops and a bow tie.
Besides the factor that they were like
in Mother Russia is
like smaller than us, but more lean and jacked. They would have like dressed like us, but shittier. Like it was just they just didn't look like anyone.
The picture you paint is amazing, Hemingway. I'm telling you.
Thank you. It's not a. I mean. Anyway, they kept on calling me Max, and I go to the urinal,
Max,
and this dude fucking starts talking to me. He's like, you're American? I was like, oh yeah, there's a line.
Nope, Canadian.
And I'm in my goddamn shit,
Too late.
And, like,
got it.
and the dude's like, I don't like Americans. And I'm like, oh, okay, dude. He starts talking. And then all of a sudden I feel this arm come around my fucking neck from behind. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, shit's about to go down. And it was one of the dudes from the table I'm drinking with. And he's like, Max, is this guy fucking with you? And I'm like, no. And then all of a sudden they just start screaming at each other in fucking Russian. And, like, the whole table clears out and comes over in fucking big mess. And then Shore Patrol comes right down, and they see this whole mess of Russians ready to fight, and there's just me.
Man.
Just me.
The belle of the ball.
They're pissed off as fuck. Oh, it was bad.
Anybody swing?
No. Kyle,
How bad could it be?
No, it was bad. Like, they were like, yeah, dude, Shore Patrol was Navy dudes. They would walk through there like the police.
What would they do? Would they, like, shoot?
Well, no, they pulled me aside, had me in a fucking... they had me over to the side for like a long time talking to me, making sure I was fucking hammered. They're making sure I'm not that fucking drunk whole nine.
I'm here for a fucking soccer game.
What constitutes that fucking
We are
drunk
definitely
in Russia?
keeping Vinny up, I tell you what.
What constitutes that fucking drunk in Russia?
That was not like they get hammered.
The study that I found, they couldn't find anybody who drank less than one bottle of vodka a week.
Not one person in that whole fucking
Not enough to make a study group out of.
Do you know where Mosselvik is?
No, I assume in Russia. It sounds like it's in Russia.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I guess they nailed it. I think that's what I'm. I don't know where it is, but I guess that's the country that drinks the most. Like everyone drinks the most average than any other country. But all
they
of them,
drink 4 bottles.
10, like top
sounds
10.
like a dare.
All the top 10 countries that drink the most are all like fucking Soviet Union.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
God knows what the fuck.
Because what else are you doing but getting drunk?
They
Those
talk
people
about
are actually flammable.
That's their blood alcohol content is such.
Vinny. People are flammable.
Oh, here we go.
We
I
burn.
apologize for my ignorance.
It's okay.
I
okay.
retract my
I'm
statement.
sorry to call you out on that, but like I didn't want you to think you could just like walk into a fire and be okay.
People are inflammable.
Yes.
I'm just fucking...
Isn't they burst into flame?
Yeah.
Yes.
Stacy, the grammar fucking police. Good. Right.
Yeah, that's why I said here we go, because that's what he does.
Mike
I
Barry
just didn't
over
want
here.
him to walk into a burning building thinking he had a superpower.
Wait a minute, did you correct Vinny on something that he said? Or wait, what? I missed that. I spaced out there.
Oh, welcome to Talking to Stacy. Yes.
Oh,
He corrected somebody on what they said.
dude, I've been talking for at least an hour.
Yeah,
and you haven't
Mike
said
Barry
one
ain't
fucking
winning any
thing.
fucking spelling bees either. Like,
There's no way. No, I'm the worst.
I haven't heard him spell anything.
You're not gonna even hear the goddamn attempt.
I'll fucking talk to you all day about Woody Allen.
Okay. So, do you have anything else?
I have a bunch else.
What else do you want to do?
Whatever. Ah!
You frustrate me to no end,
You're
sir.
welcome.
Thank you. What do you want to do? Are you out? Do you have subjects? Do you have topics? Because I'm out. I've already cried enough.
There was the Super Bowl, right?
I think there was a Super Bowl.
I heard
I'm
about
pretty
that.
sure that happened yesterday.
I was more.
I was too
intrigued by
busy
Groundhog
watching a
Day.
raping.
No, that was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The least
That was the
potent
game you were
offense
watching.
ever. Yeah.
It looked like somebody tried to rape Peyton Manning's forehead. Stupid mongoloid forehead.
He looked so sad. So he was.
I feel bad for Russell Wilson because, like, the front page of Yahoo this morning, Russell Wilson just won the Super Bowl in his second year in the league. His team destroyed the best team.
Destroyed.
And I'll tell you what Schofield said, and it was a brilliant point. He says, when you watch that game, you're going to see it. He said this the week before. He goes, you're going to see it's like watching an SEC team versus a Pac-10 team. That's exactly what it was. It was just a thorough drubbing. And Peyton Manning is on the front page of Yahoo instead of Russell Wilson. And it was just like, trying times for Peyton. It's like, what?
It's the league.
I didn't even see Russell say I'm going to Disney World. I didn't see any of that shit. I see Peyton pouting.
Yeah.
The
Alliteration.
league's most potent offense was completely neutralized by the league's most potent defense. But then we skip over the fact that the Broncos' defense was absolutely terrible. It was like watching a friggin' high school kids play.
You know what it was like watching? It was like watching a Bills game that I was not invested in at all.
But the Seattle
horrible.
offense was on point. the whole game.
It was a highlight reel for them.
It was third down conversion after third down conversion after third down conversion with completed catches all over the place. And nobody gave that offense any freaking credit.
I'm going to tell you what. I think in about 4 years, I'm going to hate Russell Wilson.
Can you back that statement up?
I don't know. Like, I have a feeling he's just going to be so goddamn good, it's going to make me sick. Like, that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm just like, God damn it, this guy.
Oh, you'll just
Is
slip
there,
into
is
like
there
the
a
Tom
possibility
Brady.
that we could go into a Seattle Seahawks era?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like, is there probably like 2, 3? I mean, could
No. And
you don't think
maybe
they'll repeat?
They can, but it's really hard for them because, like, the second best team in the NFC is in the same division. They got to face them twice. They got to face San Francisco twice. They'll probably end up facing San Francisco again in the playoffs.
Right.
You know, the odds aren't good when you're facing two teams that are that good 3 times a year. I mean, you know, it's tough. It's tough to maintain that. Maybe they do. God bless them.
That is a tough way to build an empire
Yeah.
in a tough division.
But that's all I'm saying. And you got teams like Carolina who are coming up, and I mean that's going to be a really tough division. And who knows what happens in the playoffs? Playoff games can be wild.
All that pressure, all that stress,
Yeah, you can't
all
crown,
the glitz and
you
glam.
can't
and
crown
great
anybody a
colors.
dynasty. But listen, if you're going to make an argument, like I would see why somebody would say that. I don't think it's a crazy statement. I just don't think. I think it's a little premature.
Oh, yeah. That's why I said, is there a possibility? I mean, I'm saying there's a possibility because they're all
Which, by the
relatively young.
I picked
Right?
Seattle at the beginning of the season, by the way.
Did you?
Yes, I did. You can hear it on the SCO Zone. I did. I picked Seattle. I was wrong in the AFC. I actually picked Cincinnati. Like a dumb fuck. I don't know why. But I picked Seattle. So.
I went Denver, San Fran, Denver for the win. You could hear it on old episodes of Sports Track. Damn.
Can you hear that still?
Yeah,
Aw.
it is still available.
Oh, you broke my website. And that's what you get.
Did anyone see that fucking halftime show?
Yeah, I watched it.
That Bruno Mars thinks he's James Brown, don't he?
He certainly does.
He's great.
In his
He's a
little
good
Elvis
kid.
Goldblum suit. And
Why? How did it? Listen, I thought we had to like tone down these fucking halftime shows. We got like, what I got you gotta get and put it in you. What I got you gotta get and put it in you. And I'm going, and I'm thinking to myself, do you remember that episode of The Simpsons when like the Red Hot Chili Peppers went to Moe's Tavern? And Moe's like, this is a family place. We can't have you do that line. And he goes, what we'd like you to do is change that line to, what I'd like to do is hug and kiss you. And they were like, oh, that's so much better. That's great. I don't know. I would have died laughing if they had done that last night. I would have died laughing. What I'd like to do is hug and kiss you. I would have cried.
But is it kind of weird because it's almost like the same thing? Like, didn't Kiss do a Super Bowl halftime one time? Like,
I don't think so, thank God.
but like, it was,
Why would you subject that many people to that over again?
there's too much of chance of seeing somebody's nipple in one of those events.
God.
Somebody's dick might fall out. let alone
Because I
nipple.
love staring at the fucking bare thigh of a fucking 60-year-old Jewish man. Like, he's got like these cutouts on the side of his fucking pants and Paul Stanley's chest hair. Like, listen, here's the thing about Kiss. When I was a kid,
never had a good song ever in their goddamn career.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
Fucking suck.
Listen, I gotta tell you something, and I will always admit this. I will always admit that back in the day when I was really young, Kiss intrigued the shit out of me. Like I listened to what did I have? I had Destroyer and I had Dress to Kill. I had those 2 albums and I loved them. And then I got, when I was a little bit older, I got the first Kiss album, but I had liked those 2 before when I was real young, and I really like, still to this day, if somebody puts out the first Kiss album, I'm alright with it.
I have to admit, I like Detroit Rock City.
Okay.
movie.
See, everybody's got at least one.
I've seen Kiss
do
twice in concert.
I'm not a huge
twice.
Kiss fan, but I got. Man, did they
Awful
make a lot
both
of money
times.
singing
But Jesus
some
Christ,
auto-tune
some of their
music.
songs are just so like,
Well, I mean, you said it before about it being the algorithm of rock.
Yeah.
And they were absolutely that before there was that.
not fucking dumb dudes though. You don't see any of them overdosing. and
Oh
shit.
no.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
those guys are brilliant.
Well, I don't know about that. Have you heard from Ace Frehley lately?
Did he die? Wait, what?
No, he's not dead. He's
Well,
just,
that
was
he's
a bit of a
brilliant.
junkie.
Oh, who was the one that was the guy faked it and said that he was a guy from
Oh
Kiss?
yeah. The dude, there was a homeless dude who was living under a bridge who was telling everybody, like back in the '80s, that he was Peter Criss. And he was like, "Yeah, Peter Criss. I'm calling hard times. I live under this fucking bridge." And goddamn Tom Arnold hopped up on coke shows up on a bridge and drags the guy to a talk show. And Tom was like, yeah, I heard Peter Chris was on a fucking bridge under a bridge. I went and got him. Here he is.
On the Tom Arnold show.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the Tom Arnold show. It was some other show. And he's like, yeah, I went and saved him. Like, he brought him right to the fucking TV station.
It's not him.
Like Roseanne's
I
like,
rescued a bum.
Roseanne's like, where the fuck is Tom? And he's just fucking picking up a homeless guy. And the guy gets the TV station. They're like, so you're Peter Chris? Yeah, from Kiss. Yeah. They're like, okay. Put him on. Like, there's this whole thing. You can see it. Google it. It's hysterical.
Oh, he's not from Kiss. Where are his boots? I didn't see
I
the
had to
boots.
pawn him.
Where's the face
I had to
makeup?
pawn him and suck a guy's dick that day.
Yeah, but back to what was it? Ace Frehley is he's a junkie now.
Is he?
No, he was a little bit for a
All
while.
right.
I think he's all right these days.
I mean, I think it's safe to say that Kiss is past their prime, though. If you're gonna have a drug problem, now's
They
the time.
are?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty safe.
Are you
safe
sure
bet.
about that?
Seems like that to me.
I don't know. That
I
show
don't
with
think
him
that's
and
true.
that-
I think they're just.
that show
I
with
think
him
they're
and
just
that
trying
kid's
their
lead.
second win, baby.
Oh God, what if they did?
I'm waiting for Kiss to pull through with another double live
I'm
album.
waiting for Paul Stanley's heart to fucking explode.
On stage.
Oh, God, it'll be glorious.
Gene Simmons, that monster of a human being.
They're just such douchebags, though.
Yeah.
Like the whole, like the Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, where they decided to do it in a fucking lingerie store, and the one dude does it with like girls that he's paying on the bed with the camera fucking shot from on the ceiling and
Yeah.
shit. Dude, it was just like, you're fucking. I mean, Ozzy did it cooking breakfast. That was kind of cool.
You know, if it wasn't for Kiss, though, we wouldn't have Death Clock. And really, where would we be without Metalocalypse?
I've never watched a whole episode of that.
It's only 15 minutes. What are you, busy?
Yeah, I don't dig
He
it.
doesn't watch
All right,
shit.
that's
He
fine.
doesn't give
That's a fucking
Mike Barry doesn't
hilarious
give a
show.
crap about anything except going to the gym.
I don't. I hardly
up
watch
bitches.
any TV. That's a funny show.
Mike,
and it's
did you-
15 minutes.
Did you know what Mike Barry's nickname is? He's the ghetto prince of the South Wedge. I don't know if you know that.
Is that true?
Ghetto Prince of the South Wedge.
That only Benny calls me that.
Well,
This is
now
how
there's
trends
more
start.
people
Not
that call you
anymore.
that.
What was it? I was talking to, like, I don't know why I was talking about buying weed from some kids, and like
You're a bad boy.
I was no, but like now I'm gonna talk about. Now I'm gonna say it all clean, like so. No, I these two kids like they stopped me while I was walking over the gym. They're like, "Oh, do you want any weed?" And that happens sometimes right around the 999 market. And I was like, "Shit, I don't have my money on me because I was coming from the gym." But I thought these kids were
Yes, I
ballsy.
do.
Yeah, and I was out. So it was like $15, and I was like, "Okay, sweet." So Vinny said,
15
$15,
bucks.
little man. Just put this shit with
Yeah.
the Jay and Silent Bob thing. And I said, well, these guys would be the Jay and Silent Bob version in a Fat Albert cartoon. and Vinny goes, were they?
Little man.
And he goes, how were they? Like, were they black? And I was like, no, white people are approaching me. Fucking dumbass.
What? A lot of white people walking up in long white t-shirts and black jeans. Yo, you need.
Hey, listen, I don't imagine the drug dealers are that fashionable.
But no, I went.
Unless
I
you're buying cocaine, then they
I
have
said
really
this thing where
shiny shirts.
You know, Wayne got the $50, got the dime bag, went
extremely
in,
fashionable.
went in the store, got some fucking Lucy's, and I fucking sat on my front porch, got high, and smoked cigarettes like a ghetto prince. And then Vinny proclaimed the episode, Mike Berry, ghetto prince of the South Wedge.
Yes, that is it.
All
I missed
right,
the wedge.
Ghetto Prince. Thank you for telling us that story.
That's how because
I hope that's your Twitter handle.
I don't do Twitter.
Why not?
Fuck
It's
that,
so
it's
useful
dumb.
and easy to read.
I fucking don't like that shit.
It just fucking sucks.
That's just dumb, man.
Well, they were talking to us
I was in the
earlier.
Navy. I punched you, pop, dude. Yeah, I fucking need a Twitter. My Twitter's to be fucking Iggy Pop Popper.
And it would just be an Eggman because that's what's up, man.
If you had a Twitter, it should definitely be Iggy Pop Popper.
I think I got one to follow, like it's called Elmer's
Ghetto Prince of
V426. Knowing I just use it to follow like Iron Sheik and retarded stuff like that. I haven't fucking like gone on it in like months. I don't know. It's the same thing when we were talking earlier about like the Facebook shit. It's just dumb. Like when we were talking about like why don't you asked earlier. Remember when you said
Yeah,
to US Vinny
absolutely.
about like why he doesn't have a Facebook comedy page, and it was just like shit's gay.
That's right. You did ask me that.
Yeah,
Ask
I
me
did.
again, but that was on the B reel.
Yeah, okay, I guess I'll ask you again, even though Mike just did it.
Did I?
Why
I thought we were recording at that point. We were recording? Goddamn.
Why don't you have a performers page on Facebook as well as your personal Facebook?
Because,
for example, I wanted to tag you, the name Vinnie Paulino, on my air rack, but you can't tag personal people in that status. It's got to be a page. So I couldn't.
The reason is because
it's gay, apparently.
Well, that was Mike Berry's words, but yeah, pretty much. Like, my feeling on it is this. It's too easy to have one of those, and it's too easy to declare yourself a comedian these days. I have too much respect for the business to just go, comedian Vinnie Paulino. Like, you really have to earn that title. And, I'm a comedian. I know I'm a comedian, and I just don't like that you have to put comedian Vinnie Paulino, or what would I put it? What would it be? Vinnie Paulino. Be a fan of Vinnie Paulino. I don't need that shit. Fuck that. I don't need that.
I have the.
You want to be my friend? Be my Facebook friend. It's simple. It's easy.
What are your standards for the title, though, of comedian? Like, I've always said I would never use it for myself until I pay my rent or mortgage on it.
At least your car payment. You got to get at least your car payment every month.
That's the way I always feel.
I got about half my nut covered.
I don't like it like when someone that doesn't, you know what I mean? Like if I know someone outside of it and they'll introduce me to people and be like, oh, he's a comic. And they're like, oh, really? And you're like, no. And, I'm an open micer. Like, oh, my.
Like the Joker and stab him.
Want to see a magic trick? Bam! No.
Die!
No, and it's not to be mean, but like I hate that shit, and it pisses me off when I see like. And this is the one particular thing about it that bothers me. I'll see something where, for example, I'll see somebody who's an open micer. Let's say his name's Joe Smith. It's
creative name.
You'll see a thing called comedian Joe Smith, and I've seen this kid at an open mic 2 times, and I get that, and then I keep getting that like comedian Joe Smith, comedian Joe Smith. No, I don't want to.
I don't like.
You're
Joe
not a comedian.
Smith. He's an asshole.
No, he's not an asshole. He just doesn't know any better. That's the thing. People get really excited about the comedy business. They do. And God bless them for it, because it is a wonderful thing, and it's an art form that shouldn't die. But it's also an art form that should be taken for what it is. Something that you have to earn and get really good at. And you know what? To make a living at it is really tough. It is a grinder of a fucking business.
Joe Smith, if you're listening right now, I just want to let you know that Air Rec Radio completely supports you in all your endeavors, and you call yourself whatever you want, champ. You're the boss.
These were your daily
call yourself whatever
information.
you want to. I just don't like that. Like, you know what I have a fan page for? There's a Shoot to Thrill Facebook fan book page. There's an ROC podcast fan page. There's a Don't Know Why fan page. If you haven't liked all 3 of those, would you mind? I'd appreciate it very much. And also, the Shoot to Thrill podcast, I was talking about that. We are going to TV starting in April. We're very excited about it. But one of the things that we really want to feature, folks, is we want to do the show live. And that's really important to us. We want to be able to do it live online. And it seems like the best way to do it, and probably the easiest for everyone involved, would be to do it through YouTube. But here's the thing. I've neglected having a YouTube account for a real, real long time. I've neglected it. I haven't done much with it. But we're about to blow it up.
I'm like your 3rd follower.
Thank you, man. Well, we're up to here's the thing. Here's the thing, people. This is embarrassing to say, because if I had a comedian fan page, it would be, a lot of people on it. But
of course, it'd be huge.
It'd be the biggest thing going. On YouTube, however, right now I have like 48 or 49 followers, and I started at like 3. So I'm happy about that.
This is kind of like seeking Google Plus likers.
Kind of, sort of, it is. But I need them. And the reason I need you is so that we could stream the show live. We have to have at least 100. So I think we get there pretty quick. Do me a favor and like it. Find it. It's Vinnie Paulino on YouTube. Just find it, like it. We want to get this turned on so you can see the show live for free. We don't charge anybody anything ever.
Do you want to talk about Podfest?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Wait, before we do that, can I get that plug? Just where does
Vinnie Paulino on YouTube? Just go to YouTube and search it's a channel.
Got it.
That's me.
We will put it in the notes and
thank
post
you guys. Appreciate
on the
it.
other stuff.
Appreciate it very much.
And I might even create a YouTube account just so I can like you.
Really, man? Thank you.
Yeah, I might do that.
Thank you very much.
I fucking hate YouTube.
Guess how easy it's going to be.
But
you already have a Gmail.
Oh, I can just plus it.
Big Daddy Google is going to help you connect that all
man,
up. Nice.
they're the tops. That's why I want to go through them. They're like easy.
They're the tops. They're super swell.
Ooh, what am I? Elvis Costello? I'm going to bite the hand that feeds me. What is this? All I'm saying is that
all hail your robot overlord.
And the easiest way to find it, if you want to, is you just go to rocpodcast.com on the front page. There's a new slider we just put up. It says Shoot to Thrill Podcast, go into TV. Click to go see the announcement. Just click on that slide, and it'll take you right over to that channel. All you have to do is hit subscribe. It's super easy. Thank you very much. I'm done whoring.
No, you're not. We're just about to start talking about Podfest.
Oh, it's going to be killer, man.
Okay, so
March 28th, 29th at the Record Archive.
All day long, right?
Well, Friday, it's going to be, we could probably go as long as we want to. They are very, very nice. Now, for those of you who have never been or haven't been in a while, they just they added on an addition. They moved into the space behind where they were, and there's this brand new, beautiful showroom. And they built it. There's a stage in there. It's really, really nice. We're going to be able to fit some people in there. And I got some really cool plans for that room. We're going to do some comedy stuff there. It's going to be really great. But it's the perfect venue for this because it's a public place. People, you get in there in and out easy. Come sit down. There'll be plenty of space, plenty of seating. We're going to set up so you can come and watch live podcasts from ROC Podcasts. What we're going to try to do is get all of our shows to do their best bits live, like their best segment, the segment that their show is known for, to come out and do it live in front of an audience and try to get a real big crowd together so they can get a real cool sample of what ROC Podcast is.
See, Tori, I told you that we were going to be arguing about abortion clinic sidewalks.
Well, that's what happens when you do a lot of headlines.
That is it.
I guess. They look lost. We did a big story where we got in a heated argument about the distance protesters could stand from abortion clinics.
Oh, yeah?
How far is it?
30 feet.
How far could a scope say?
More than that.
The answer. Jeez.
Damn it, I wish I'd have made that point.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what point I did make.
You were on the opposite. I was like, they need to back that shit up. People need to be allowed to work without feeling they're going to get shot or beat up. And you were like, people can protest wherever they want. I'm like, you're right.
I don't think that's what I said.
Well, I'm sure I'm not giving you as much
now we're going to argue about it again.
Exactly. So,
what do you think, Mike Barry? Should Woody Allen be allowed near abortion clinics?
That's what we're going to do.
We have to stay away from those young babies that are coming out in the.
We're just going to ask the crowd.
He directed how to do a good one in Match Point.
Oh, no, don't tell me.
You'll get the pun later. That's the proper way you get one done. And I'm the only one who gets that joke. That's sweet.
Well
it's a good
done.
One.
Well done, Mike. You ghetto prince.
He shoots the bitch. No, anyways. No, I get pissed off because, from what I understand, when people go in there and out, they look at them. They aggressively, just stare them down and shit, no matter what they're doing. My friend went in there to get condoms.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
And then they just, stared her down.
People protesting at abortion clinics definitely, or at Planned Parenthood, definitely assume that everybody going there is having an abortion right fucking now.
Yeah.
Get it out of me.
And then some people are like those religious nuts that think even just having a condom is a sin.
The people just running in there like they're that scene in Prometheus. Get it out of me. Trying to get into the fucking healing chamber.
But I go back and forth. I mean,
Christians just being pissed at him for it.
But here's my thing. What I don't understand, here's my logic behind the whole thing. If it's as shitty as you say it is, then aren't these people who are getting them done probably going to be the shittiest, parents, and maybe you shouldn't want them to breed? Wouldn't that,
don't you think that 16 and pregnant is the best, PSA that we have, that we should know that this shit should be legal? And I don't know.
We're talking about Podfest?
Yeah. And then we got talking about abortion clinics again. Thanks for getting me a beer while you were up.
Corey fucked up again, huh?
But when it comes to protests, when you talk to people who are very pro-life, they do look at it as a form of genocide.
They absolutely do.
And is their argument is not without like
It's not without valor. I mean, what
See,
they're
that's the
saying
thing,
is
like,
not.
I'm actually kind of pro-life. Like, to be honest with you, my whole argument's always been probability of life. If the conception happens, that's kind of a cool thing because if maybe some hips had wiggled to the left or to the right.
Brandon, no matter what happened with, like, I'm a firm believer in rape victims. Obviously, can get an abortion.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
No,
like
we're
the
cool.
argument against that is ridiculous to me.
But even that is a miracle.
Okay, Pat
That
Robertson.
should be the name of this episode, and even that is a miracle.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I already named the episode.
Oh. It better be. That is a miracle. We're gonna have Mike Berry beat your ass with his leather jacket on.
Yeah, I heard he punched Rod Stewart.
All
right.
Would I ever?
So are we hot in the middle of an abortion debate, or are we talking
no,
about?
God, I hope not.
ROC
Oh no, we got
Podfest?
nothing else to say.
Please, I
It's
hope
over.
so. Please, I hope.
Brandon, none of us should really be talking about the subject. We don't have women.
I have women.
I have
Yeah.
women.
Oh yeah, you got women to deal with. Yeah.
It's full of them. It's absurd.
Yeah.
Even his dog is a girl.
Not true.
Okay, so come down to the Record Archive, March 28th, 29th.
Yes, sir. We're going to keep an eye out on their website. There's going to be some more details coming out slowly. So follow ROC Podcast on Facebook and on Twitter, and you'll see very soon what's going on with that.
And come down and you'll be able to check out your favorite Air Rec radio podcasts, both this one and a podcast, doing something. And as anybody knows, I will do as much as humanly possible.
Yeah.
What's going on a podcast? While we're talking about nothing but podcasts this episode, what's going on these days on a podcast? What are you? What?
Why?
What?
Why
letter-
are we
I want to
discussing
know
a
what letter
podcast?
you're on.
D's coming up next week. D.
Yeah. Does Buck want the D? Did I just name your
Stands for
episode?
dumb idea.
Do you have a podcast based off of a Sesame Street segment?
Yes.
One bad idea for a show. Oh, don't go there.
Hey, they know what's next.
I'm glad
Oh.
these guys have shown us their amazing counting abilities.
Then what?
3.
Oh my god! Get this guy a gold fucking star! I'm telling you.
See, they say that shit works. I remember that shit from Sesame Street. God damn.
A
He was
podcast,
in
my
the
other
Navy.
show. It's much more. Usually, we're very news and science based, and a podcast is much more open conversation based.
No.
But we pick every week we go through another letter that starts off the conversation. Like last week, we did criminal miseducation because I wanted to do classroom.
Next week is doorknobs. This would be great.
That's a great thing. It might be doorknobs. And
Yeah,
I'm
they
excited.
recently changed building code. Somewhere Greenland, I think. It's latches now. You can't build a house with a doorknob. It has to have a latch.
Fuck them.
I'm saying.
And that is your second fun fact. For
Somebody
this.
give me a Coke and fuck Finland.
Yeah, you're
Terrible
welcome for
Air
having
Radio.
somebody in the room who knew that useless piece of information.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. So Podfest 28-29. Check out all your favorite podcasts on from the www.rocpodcast.com.
That's right. We're getting nuts. We were actually, I'm actually going to issue an open challenge on behalf of Marcus Cox to intern Ricky from UnderTheSkin.tv. Those two going to fight. Going to make them fight.
Oh, well, yes, I
Blue
want
Jello.
this
We got
to
to make them
happen.
fight.
I want this to happen.
I want those two. I want those two to really hash it out because
Okay.
I just want to see it.
I will personally chip in on the cost of making that happen. That sounds like a
You got a
terrific
kiddie
time.
pool? You
Who's
got
this
kids,
intern
right?
kid?
What's that?
He's this. Okay, here's a great story. We had the birthday party Saturday night. Emerson Thor, the guy who runs UnderTheSkin.tv, you could also check them out on the website, obviously.
Corey was just there last week.
Yeah, you were just on the show. But Emerson sends their intern, who's just this dumb fucking kid who's 19 years old on fucking probation already, can't stay out past midnight. He's a real winner, ladies. And he's just this dumb kid. And he shows up, and he's like, hey, Vinny, now I'm hosting this event. We've got all these musicians. It's this big thing. I had to go up and down. And he goes, Vinny, Emerson said that I have to come and try to represent Under the Skin. So I brought this electric shock collar and this remote control. Can I please go on the stage? And I'm like, so you're going to let me electrocute you in front of all these people? And he's like, yes. And I said, sure, of course you could do that. It sounds like a great plan. Long story short, though,
This is terrific.
the Isotopes were late going on stage, and the kid had to get home.
All right, kid, this is your chance.
The kid had to go home before curfew. So it was like, shit. And I'm like, I want to shock him. It's the birthday party for my website. We're in the bar, and I'm like, put the collar on. And he's like, all right. Like, he didn't even fight. Like, that's how you can tell a kid's a real fucking lughead, if they don't even fight. And he's just like, he puts it on. Like, Emerson must beat the fuck out of this kid.
Oh,
He is a scolded dog, this little kid.
he is totally submissive. There's no
Oh,
question.
my God. I could have rubbed his belly if I wanted to after.
He was fetching me beers. I just looked at him and went like this, and he jumped from his position, grabbed the cup out of my hand, ran down the hall, and got me a beer.
The kid's 19, and he's got a T-shirt on that says, under the skin intern, underage, do not serve. So he's in the bar, and he's wearing this fucking thing. I mean, no dignity. So fucking stupid Ricky puts on this collar, and like they're showing it to me, and I'm like, all right. And I shock him, and the kid like went down like somebody karate chopped him in the neck. And then
chop.
I hit him like 6 or 7 times. No lie. I just
Fucking bad dog, Steve.
Well,
go.
it was just so fun. Like I didn't realize I had that kind of evil in me.
So fulfilling.
Like I
So you
feel
got
like
a
a
little
kid who's
taste of
just
power.
like my eyes bulged a little bit. It's fucked up.
You got a little taste of power, and all of a sudden you think you're God, sir.
Smelt burnt hair. I thought I was having a stroke. Turns out I was just that fucking stupid kid.
We need an intern.
For me,
Can we
this
get
guy
an
is
intern?
I was
Cox
working
up or
on it.
what?
His name's Jason.
What is that?
You think this
That's
guy
never
would fight
gonna
you to
work.
fuck up Cox or what?
Oh, I don't know. I think they're both fucking doughy nothings. Like Marcus is just a tall, gangly twig, and this kid's really short and low to the ground. It really would be, I don't know, it'd be like watching Bones Jones fight that little midget Vince McMahon had running around. That's what it would be. Because like Marcus is really tall and he's got some reach.
All right, and they can hear Don't Know Why with Vinnie Paulino and Mike Berry on the ROCpodcast.com
Send your complaints to Airrec Radio.
and iTunes.
They already do.
Trust me, they
Do you
do.
guys get complaints, really?
It has happened before.
What'd they say to you?
They said I say that's fact too much.
Right?
We've gotten complaints about
So I
people
made
that
a
we've
song
had
about
on
it.
the show and things that I've said.
It's nice that you would take that criticism and turn it into some art. I appreciate that in a person. Good for you.
I think it's good for me too.
Yeah.
We never got a complaint on our show, right?
People don't listen to our
Yeah, I
show.
was about to say.
Like, what are they going to complain about?
Are you goddamn kidding me?
What could people possibly complain about that we talked about on our show? Really?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the racist slurs that we've said from time to time.
Well, I edit out the times I use it.
I know.
Does your show have an email where people can send their complaints?
No, probably not.
Airrec
there's why you
Radio
don't
at
have-
We're very punk rock at
gmail.com.
that show. We just kind of are what we are.
There's why you don't get your
But
complaints.
like I
There's no
said
box.
a certain word, but I said it as a joke because I was pretending that George W. Bush owned. I was pretending George W. Bush owned a comedy club in Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh,
And I was
heard
just
this
imagining what it would be like, and I was just like, he goes all Michael
He
Richards.
said the bad one.
He goes all
Of
Michael
course he
Richards.
He said the 10.
That's the one. I said the bad word, and I added it out because I realized it was wrong.
But he didn't add out my 8s and 7s that I said after that. I was like,
He'd already set
gate
the
was,
bar.
gate was open. I thought gate was open.
It's game on, right? It's good. It's all right.
He doesn't.
Well, we
he
started
doesn't add out me saying spick pits and heaves like 100 fucking times.
I didn't know we were
Or
putting on our
damn.
clan hats.
I remember hearing that bit to the point where I stopped what I was doing to tell him that you said heaves, and I fell the fuck out.
I'll tell you what though, like I love that bit because it was just like it would be funny. He's like calling his dad like, "Dad, I need more of that Contra money." Like, he's just, we're not doing well. I MC every week. It's not going well.
Chuckle Hut.
Go to George W.'s Chuckle Hut off Route 9 Fort Worth.
Who's the fuck that tried to kill him? What was the story from Penfield, right?
Pittsford, actually.
What happened?
A Pittsford man is under arrest after he was found sitting in his car in Manhattan with a loaded rifle, a machete,
for fucking Joe
and
Namath.
gasoline. A loaded rifle, a machete, and gasoline.
Was it Danny Trejo?
This guy's a fucking date right now. This guy's a goer.
It was Benjamin Smith.
Ben
Okay.
Smith,
Yeah, right? I know.
terrible comic. Ben Smith.
Yeah, that guy. The guy that shows up to Vinny's shows and boos him, Ben Smith.
Comedian Ben Smith on Facebook.
He's a 44-year-old man who decided that he was in love with Barbara Bush, the younger, George W. Bush's daughter.
Right on.
Hey, man, she's a pretty girl, so, whatever. I guess,
She's no Jodie Foster.
nothing says
Right,
I
was
love
just
you.
about to say, at least there's a link, though.
Right.
At least, it beats Ronald Reagan shooting for Jodie Foster. It's just no.
This, you might remember this name, Benjamin Smith. In 2011, he assaulted a couple of people and pushed his car into the Genesee River Gorge.
No, doesn't ring
No,
a
you don't
bell.
recall that? It was all it was all to the news. They found a car, and they didn't know why it was in the George, and it was because this guy just pushed his car in there. He thought it would sink, but it's not.
So
Very deep.
he's in love with Barbara Bush, the younger, junior, Barbara Bush Jr.
Yeah,
And he's got a date planned.
that might be the most unsexy name in history.
My mother's name is Barbara, so that name never did anything.
Barbara Bush Jr.
They're cute, though, right?
The Bush
Yeah.
The Bush girls are pretty cute. Yeah.
Yeah. They look like they're short like George, but they got the doughy eyes of Laura. Around.
Yeah.
You really
I'd
have
fuck
put a lot
Laura.
of thought in this image,
I'd
Vinny.
fuck Laura.
Yeah, I think I would too.
I'm not going to lie. I'd do it.
I think I would too. I'm not. I think I'm right with you with that.
I don't know. I like that.
I mean,
Michelle
like,
Bachmann.
if I was her age, definitely.
No, now, pretty much.
Now, yeah,
definitely.
I'd probably do it. But, I mean, if you're her age,
Plus, you
game
like-
on.
Wait a
Fuck
minute.
it's Laura Bush.
Anybody else?
Yeah, that's where I'm going with this. I'd fuck George Bush just for the bragging rights.
Good boy.
Like, honestly,
All right, cowboy.
senior. Senior.
Saddle
He doesn't
up.
have to be sexy for my ego to understand how awesome this is
Saddle
going
up, Stace Ghost. We're going for a ride.
You got to tell him he's got to go get his checked by the doctor after you're done.
Okay. Hear all this and more on Don't Know Why. Available everywhere
Or-
that iTunes or that podcasts are available. Or you have anything else?
No,
to
I
add?
called you a whore.
Oh, I'm a whore.
A hua.
Chill.
Wow. Thank you for joining us for episode 39
That's it, you
of
pussy.
Air Rec
This is it?
Radio. That's it. I'm wrapping it. I'm
Mike and I
calling
got
it.
about an hour and a half left in us, don't we, buddy?
Well, then we'll make a second show.
No, we don't. We're out of here.
I'm calling it. Time of death, 10 p.m.
Oh.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Say thank you, Mike. Say thank you.
Do it.
Say
Do
thank
it.
you to them for having you.
Do it.
I was going to, and then he tells me to do it, and
I
then
know,
it's
it's
like,
hard to
yeah,
do.
I ask one thing in
like,
return
no.
from you, gentlemen. Plugs on your show. Check you guys out on Air Rec Radio.
Oh, we'll do, buddy. We'll do.
I'll forget, Benny. You got to do that.
Mike wouldn't do it anyway. Mike does nothing.
I don't do jack shit. I don't do jack
I
shit.
show up once in a while and talking to a microphone
Yeah,
for a
He
while.
shows up dressed like Rorschach from fucking Watchmen without the mask. He's ready to do a show.
Let's do this.
This city's filthy. Thank you. Good night.
All right, are we all done?
I'm killing it.
Corey, play the song. Folks, listen to us, airrecradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at airrecradio, at AWR Stace Ghost, at C-Pain Run.
Yes, at C-Pain Run.
Don't forget,
I gotta put a
C-Pain,
picture
that's the
on that.
letter C, Pain with an I, Run. It is horribly spelled. Find
He
it,
tweets about doorknobs.
follow it. Yes, he tweets about alphabetical things
I do tweet about
on other
things.
podcast shows, but this podcast has been Air Rec Radio.
Next week is eyebrows.
You don't know how the alphabet works, I think. Corey, sassafras tea me, please.
It's late in the afternoon, the sun rising high. There's nothing to do around here, and if there was, well, I wouldn't try. Taking my comforts, taking good care of me. Sitting down in my easy chair, taking a sip of my sassafras tea. tell me something I can't even see. Well, I got the solution. How to deal with this insanity. Just sit down in my easy chair and take a big sip of my sassafras tea. Getting near evening, the sun going down. I guess I should shake a leg, climb in my car and roll downtown. Check out the city lights, all decked out in a tux and a tie. But I'm sitting in my easy chair, taking a sip of my sassafras tea. Jim. He got the willies and the worries on his mind and the weight of the world putting pressure on his spine. Well, I got the solution. I know how to set him free. Set him down in my easy chair and give him a sip of my sassafras tea.
rocpodcasts.com.